It's him, you, and me for 123.
There you go. Let's get into it. On tonight's episode, we're going to talk about the brand new TRX4 tracks. What else we got, Chris?
I got no clue.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Do it again.
Everything's all done, pre-wired, nice and clean, so you don't have to worry.
There, the kit's all in the back. I've noticed that Element did release hard housings for the axles, so you can replace the softer plastic ones.
I noticed like everything, and you showed me this when you were building it.
Gotta put your shorts on and go in the front of the head there. Lift the body right quick. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh no! Walter hit the floor.
It's only Hicks' car and Mike.
That's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
You're on. That's all, folks. I guess it's that's all, folks.
I feel like you're gonna say bad.
We'll be right back.
Welcome. On tonight's episode, we're gonna dig into the new Element RC Trailrunner. We're gonna unbox it. So last week on episode 122, we said we're gonna unbox it, but episode 122 got a little bit long, and drag racing kind of took over on that. So we're gonna have more drag racing in the near future.
Yes,
it is raining yesterday and today, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain too. So we might not be drag racing this week. We might be hitting the trails for our live show every Thursday at 7 o'clock or 6:30ish.
You check that out
on Facebook. You should definitely check that out.
I check it out.
But before we get into it too deep, he's Chris.
And that's Aaron.
So let's just show you the footage of the unboxing of this Trailrunner right now, before we get into deep. So we're here. New Element RC Enduro Trailrunner 4x4. Everyone's probably thinking, well, Associated is just in the same boat as Traxxas, and they're just throwing another body on the same Element chassis and Enduro chassis that they've been for a while. But this one's a little different. So let's unbox it. Let's go through what we got in the box, because there is something really fancy on this new Enduro. So this is going to be a rock crawler, 12.3 inch wheelbase, so pretty standard from the Element RC. If you really do want to make this longer, Element RC does make a 12.8 inch wheelbase conversion. So same as always, let's go like this. If you look in the box, there's a full-scale detail garage inside of there. So if you do pick up one of these new Enduro trail runners, you will be able to have a scale garage. So first things first, we have, obviously, Team Associated is really good at giving instruction manuals. They have a extra kind of accessory guide in there as well. And you can see they give you a whole bunch of extra decals. So thank you, Team Associated, for that. So with this, you can decal it up, make it look all fancy and different, not just plain Jane 4Runner white. As we almost lose the whole truck. So in the bottom of the box, you're going to get the same radio that comes with all the other Enduros. So the XP130 2.4 gig radio. This does have the ability to put a third channel on there. So if you do want to install, say, an RC four-wheel drive winch, anything like that, it's actually just on the front, and it's a 3-position switch. So quite nice that way. Something a little bit different with the new Trailrunner, though, is the extra details that you are going to get out of the box. So they're going to give you an extra set of lights if you want to use them. They're also going to give you some extra fender flares, body mounts, and a whole bunch of extra stuff like that. There is going to be some extra transmission gears if you want to run something different than the stock included 5.7% overdriven front end versus rear end. So that means the front tires spin at a 5.7% faster rate than what the rear tires spin at to give you more front pull. So you can change that. I think the option they give you here is to do the 11.83%, and the other option would just be to run a 50/50 truck like your TRX4 or your Axials. But there is going to be light buckets included, and there is going to be a different front bumper as well. So let's cut it out and get more in depth on the truck. So you cut the Trailrunner out of the box. First thing you'll notice is it does almost look like a Toyota 4Runner. but I mean, it's not licensed, so you can't call it a Toyota 4Runner. But it's really darn close. So with this truck, you are going to get 1.55-inch wheels and the new Trail Grabber XT4s for your tires. So they are a 3.85-inch tall tire, so they are on the scale side that way. And as you can see, when you drop the suspension, it does fill the wheel wells out quite well. So let's take this body off and really show everybody the new truck. So this is the fancy stuff that Team Associated's releasing now. So with this new Trailrunner, you get independent front suspension. So no more solid axle in the front. You are going to get an independent front suspension, which this kit is available from Element RC as well. So you actually can buy this kit and install it on an Enduro, a Sendero, any of their trucks right now. So it's kind of a cool kit. So with this kit, let's take the zip tie out because it's not going to be good. So with this kit, you're going to get the Reedy 1223 MG servo. So it's a metal gear servo. It's going to be water resistant, as is the rest of this truck. So the Reedy SC 400X is also going to be 2.3S capable, water resistant, and you do have the option of changing some of your drag brake settings, as well as if you want to run LiPo or NIM. They do include a shorty battery tray pre-installed on the new kit, but inside the bag there is going to be a standard length battery tray also included. So don't worry, you don't have to buy a shorty pack or anything like that for this, like you did with the Vitara Ascender. So that's kind of nice. You are going to get a 16-turn Reedy 5-slot motor, same as all the other trucks. It will be pre-soldered with a Dean's connector, so you may need to change the XC60 or anything else like that. The other cool scale detail stuff in here is going to be the addition of the new hanging Magnaflow exhaust. This is also available for all your other Enduros, and it just uses the actual bumper mount to mount it up. So kind of something a little bit different that way as well. But other than that, I mean, the really big thing that changes is when you do the independent front suspension, you do use both rear shock towers in the front, and you actually put the one that used to be on the front left on the right rear. So they utilize that shock tower now for mounting the exhaust as well. So this is usually your panhard bar mount to keep the live axle actually mounted centerline in the truck as it's going through its travel. So out of the box, I'm pretty impressed. This is kind of a cool unit. It retails for about 550 bucks Canadian. So you are gonna be saving a little bit just because the independent front suspension kit was about 150 bucks on top of a $460 if you wanted to go with a Sendero, or like a $430 Canadian Trail Walker, which still had the 1.55-inch wheels and tires. So I mean, honestly, bang for the buck, you do save yourself about 100 bucks or so, buying all that stuff and then converting it over, doing all of the good stuff. So Team Associated though still gives you the aluminum shocks. Nothing really changes there other than the brand new body, and you get the ability to run IFS clean right out of the box. So pretty excited. We've seen a couple of the IFS trucks hit the trails here recently. Honestly, not bad at all. So hopefully you watched last week's episode of the show, because we did have a trail walker with an IFS. So hopefully everyone has a great day, and thank you for tuning in.
Now that we're in deep, let's talk about the Trailrunner.
Yeah, so this is the brand new offering from Element RC, which is a subdivision of Team Associated. And this is their new 155 rig. So 155 is going to reference the wheel size.
Yep, that's your rim size. And
I mean, the tires on are pretty small. They're going for that scale look. They're 3.85 inches tall. So they're quite short in comparison to like a TRX4, which is like 4.6.
Very nice and appropriate for the size of the vehicle, though.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. So as you saw in the unboxing, there is going to be a IFS kit, so independent front suspension. And we did a question on episode 122 right at the end. What would you want to see if we see more IFS kits? I think was kind of roughly what we said.
What brand do you want to see it from?
Yeah. And would you want to see more of it? So we had a couple people with the IFS conversions already on their Element RC. So if you need to or want to run the IFS kit, Team Associated and Element RC do have that conversion kit sold separately. We do have a couple in stock. So you can convert any of your Team Associated elements Senderos, all of
I
those
think
trail
we're gonna do that
walkers.
to ours.
Yeah,
And I talked to Amanda about it, and she was like, "Oh, that's cool. It make it move independently."
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it.
Yeah.
The other cool thing is, if you look on Shapeways, Area 51, Team Associated's, I guess, like another subdivision, subdivision of a subdivision of a subdivision, they do sell the SCX-10-2 conversion for that IFS kit as well. So if you do want to do IFS on your SCX-10-2, you can use the Element RC kit and make that work as well. So I think it's a pretty cool platform.
I like it, man. It did down to the scale little muffler, but like the IFS
Magnaflow
suspension,
exhaust.
that's pretty neat. Pretty cool design how it just bolts up into there. And it just adds that different look to an off-road truck, right? Everyone's used to seeing that big solid axle in the front, and now it's something a little bit more realistic.
Yep.
I'm not a huge fan of just kind of like the headlight design and the taillight design on this body. It looks very computer generated.
I mean, you can definitely tell what they were going for.
It's a 4Runner.
It is a 4Runner. I mean, a Trailrunner, 4Runner. They didn't think outside the box with a naming scheme. Not gonna lie. But I mean, I'm in agreement with you. I think the headlights, taillights look kind of cheesy. The other thing that I really don't like, and I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera or not, but like the side windows.
Yeah, they
are
have a
like,
weird haze to them.
Kinda.
It's like they wanted them to seem like tinted, kind of, but they didn't really like tint them.
Like
It's a sticker tint.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like an episode of That 70s Show.
Yeah, someone's doing something in that vehicle.
Yeah, someone's doing something not
Something
quite
going on here.
appropriate.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
So I mean, that's the only thing I really dislike about
Yeah.
it. In the box, though, you are going to get the extra accessories. So if you want to do side mirrors, a different front grille with the bumper.
That's a nice looking grill they give
So
you too.
this bottom section of the actual body, the valence, you can knock that off with a couple screws and actually put on a nicer bumper, which is quite cool, something a little bit different. New side rails, which we didn't really mention in the video. So these ones right here are a little bit different than the Sendero ones. They don't have the double square arms or posts to them anymore that you have to cut your body. So these are much nicer. I was actually thinking about doing this on my Element kit, my Sendero body, because they're much nicer. You don't have to cut the square posts where they mount onto the chassis rail anymore, which is quite nice.
Think of how much better my TRX4 would jump with that IFS in the front. Can anyone see my TRX4 on the trails? We got a little rowdy with it. Imagine that IFS in the front. It can actually like handle some of those corners. Whoa.
Well, there we go. So that was the unboxing of the Element RC Trailrunner.
Yes.
Now, we didn't do this last weekend, but we should do it this week. Let's play Guess That Part.
What's the part?
This. You have your eyes closed?
Not yet. Elemental P410.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me just spin this around. My front's my back. My back's my front.
Okay, so we gotta go find something tricky. Chris, he actually stumped me on the last
It's
one,
hot in this
so,
hood.
Like, we're gonna go something hard. So, we're gonna pick something that's like really random, but he's actually done before. That's what we're gonna go for.
Oh,
Like,
darn.
we're really gonna throw him off. Like, we're gonna throw him off big. So this is gonna be something kind of crazy, something a little bit different, but this is what we're going with.
It came from over there.
If I felt this, I would have no idea what this is. Not even a little bit. Hey, buddy.
Oh. It's a bulkhead
You sure?
for the UDR.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's a front bulkhead for the UDR.
What's part number?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
7526.
No, but good try. Damn, dude. You just replaced one of these. Maybe it was too easy.
Well, I've had the UDR for a long time, right? So
Yeah.
I know what.
I thought, what was the giveaway? Was it the actual ball crane
these.
post? Those.
Yeah.
Damn.
The only thing, that was the first thing I
Son
thought
of a
was
gun.
Like, these is the front of the UDR bulkhead.
Damn. Well, I think we're tied now.
That was good.
Damn, dude. Good job.
I needed a win.
Good job, Chris. Good job. Okay, but on that note, that was the end of episode 123 of the Ultra RC Hobby Show. So before we say goodbye, don't forget to check Chris out on all his social media platforms. So RC Deebs on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Don't forget to check out all of the Ultra RC Hobbies social media pages. So Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, as well as Instagram. We do a lot of cool stuff on all those platforms all the time. So go check that out.
And check out our website, www.ultrarchobbies.com.
So on the ending of last episode, I had a question. So let's do another question. What do you want to see come out for a new truck this year? Because there hasn't really been many new trucks this year other than this. And
I don't need any new trucks. I have enough to build already.
no, you don't. There's always going to be more. So what do you want to see from any manufacturer for a new truck? Go. Post those comments down below.
Do it right now.
And on that note, have a great evening. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye-bye.